me.
Oh, okay. Well, that all makes sense. Americans don't know any geography outside of America, so.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the farthest north you can get is America, and the farthest south is
You know,
America.
the funniest thing is, and Americans are on stream are gonna hate me for saying this, but there's so many Americans who I've talked to are like, oh, so Australia's close to Europe, right?
Really?
Yeah,
Because I
so
actually
many.
do know the
And I'm
geography.
And I'm like, what drugs have you been taking, man?
What do you do? Like, I've never been to Australia, even before I knew anyone from Australia. Like, yeah, I have a globe in my house. I know where this landmass is. Not in the water. You know, guys, this is another best of 3. Maybe the man in the bottom left is from Australia. We never really know, to be honest. And Fenner, he doesn't know. He's on drugs. Don't trust him.
All right, well, bottom left of this map. We introduced him last game, but let's do it again. It's Chese from Team Frenetic Array. And to repeat again, it's my old team, so I'm used to this logo flying around next to my hatchery.
Is that a guy baring his teeth at me?
Honestly, I've got no idea what the point of this logo is, but it's their logo, and it's a guy, and he looks kind of scary.
I think I've played someone on this team, I'm feeling. But, you know, in the top right-hand corner, currently residing in the Root Gaming House, it is the Blue Terran player, Kelazhur. I want to say is from Brazil originally. I guess he's from the US, but wherever you want to go with that. Looks like it'll be a Reaper fast expand for him, though. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, he's a Brazilian player. Probably, well, he must be the best Brazilian player for sure. He's been up there for a while now. He joined Root after I left Root, but I talked to him before that, and I was kind of friends with him. We're in like the same one of the same Skype groups, and he likes his memes.
Is that like Facebook friends? We're Skype friends.
He likes his no. It's a meme. It was a meme Skype group, all right? We traded memes.
Oh. Dank memes or dirty
dank
memes?
Ones. We traded the dankest of memes, and Kelazhur, he loved them, man. He loved them a lot. I assume he's still a memer.
A memo?
A memer.
I actually
a dank memer.
Meme, some of those Australian things? I don't know, man. Reaper heading across the map. Now, I'd say Chase is okay, but he always had the situation where he did take the third as his natural, so the Reaper could do some damage. Doesn't have to get quite as easily stuck between the main and natural now, but looks like there's just too many lings, and for now, Kelazhur will just show how dank his memes are with the Reaper.
Yeah, this Reaper's pretty dank so far. He's doing really well with it, actually. This frontal base, again, this guy's Chase is taking this frontal base as well. This is something I've never done, but it kind of makes sense, and it's allowing him to get this ridiculously fast third base as he takes it at the back.
I have the lovely ability that I cast a lot of random low-level games, and so I see this all the time players do, and sometimes they get terribly punished for it, but we'll see. Only one Reaper for now from Kelazhur. He's not committing to that at all, simply a Reaper fast expand. Doesn't do any damage, but still he force outs a couple lings. He makes Chase stay on his toes. However, every once in a while, I'd love to see other openings, whether it be Liberate or something like that, even before the Reaper, just because on this situation, or at least on this map, Zergs are so greedy.
Yeah, for sure. And it looks like Kelazhur's still playing the old school style from Heart of the Swarm, which is straight into the Hellions, into the 3cc. And I'm going to assume that he's going to go Banshee as well. So I don't like it when I see players do this. Oh, he's actually going for the Medivac. So it's going to be the old school Marine push with the Medivacs. This is
or a Hellbat or anything. I feel like he's got 2 Hellions on the way. That's just a little bit of preliminary.
I think he's gonna do it with Hellions. This is an old school Flash build, actually. Flash made this one, or at least he was the one who made it famous. Obviously, it's not exactly the same as Heart of the Swarm, but it's the same idea. You push with the Hellions and the Medivac. You drop 8 Marines in the main. You try and run the Hellions in, and it is a nasty build. If you miss position against it once, you're going to lose like an entire drone line. And the idea is you drop in the main, you distract them, you're not thinking about the Hellions as the Zerg player, and the Hellions run in and just roast your entire drone line. It is a nasty one, and it was really popular at one point in time about a year ago.
Hellions move in to do a little bit of damage. Thankfully for Chese, there are 3 queens, and there's only 6 lings. Now, these lings do look scary with their upgrade in that skin, which I can never count how many lings are a part of them when they have that ling skin, but I don't think there's really enough here. However, this is just a little pressure, poking in, poking out, seeing what they can do. Lings may be able to get a nice angle. Doesn't look like it, though. A medevac drop. Oh, no, back to the lings. Looks like the Hellions get away, and there's the medevac drop.
Yeah.
All the queens are pulled out of position, and man, drones instantly pulled out, but now the Hellions.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Distracting the main with the Marines, then run into the natural. And here we go. How much damage can he get done here? Remember, he's in the main base with the Marines as well, not mining from 2 of the bases right now. He's not losing too many drones, but this mining time loss is huge.
This entire time, we've seen Kelazhur with double the income, with the mining lost in the spawning pools, low on health, to the Marines in a phenomenal position with these mineral fields, and they may even be able to get the spawning pool.
If this goes down, he's not going to be able to build Zerglings until he gets the next one up. The Liberator comes in.
Maybe save the day. Spore's going to be able to clean up this medevac, but oh, so close. There's the transfuse. Marines are still alive, and these queens cannot fight 1-for-1 with the Marines. Liberator does have to pull back. Marines are going to eventually get broken down, but there's the kill. Oh, spawning pool already on the way, but that hit him so hard. Chese has to make 16 lings. He can't reinforce with drones. I mean, he can, but he had to make lings right there. He's put himself into such an awkward position, and Kelazhur back at home is like, I got a 3rd CC. Oh, let's expand.
He's going to float that one over there and start getting even more income. The good thing Chese did there, he recognized he was most likely going to lose the spawning pool, so he did start one, which means it comes up a lot sooner than if he waited for it to die. So the nasty part, though, is all that lost mining time. As you can see, even though he didn't lose that many drones, he's down to 50 workers against 55, and in a TVZ, that is massive, because the follow-up from Kelazhur is going to be a push across the map with Marine tank, by the looks of it, Marine Marauder tank, and that is going to be nasty, especially with the 1-1 coming along.
And it looks like Chese is a little bit unsure of what he wants to go for. We do a Baneling messed up, and there it is. It's going to be Carapace with that Baneling. At first, I always feel like when players get the armor, kind of back and forth, like I don't really know what I want to commit to, but no, it will be Banelings and Lair. I guess he's going to try to survive, and maybe Ultras? Maybe he's just going to go Ling Bane and hope he can smash through the bio wall.
Oh god, something a bit dodgy from Chese here. If you look at his main base, he's got 34 drones on there, while on his natural, he's only got 6 drones. All this pressure has just completely messed up his organization on his... Oh god, this is nasty. Everything's rallied to his main base. He's got 8 drones on the... Oh, completely messed up on his saturation, and I don't think he's going to realize it either. There we go.
Not looking too good. Oh,
but
there it is.
That was at least a minute right there.
A minute where effectively, and now actually there's even more time where Kelazhur has double the income. Kelazhur has put himself into such a phenomenal position. He may just walk across the map with bio, and Centrifugal Hooks is on the way to Baneling speed, but I don't think there's going to be enough Spire for Chese. This is all things that are going to come together in a minute and a half. That's not what he needs. He needs something now.
Yeah, that's the thing. This is the test. The follow-up push from the pressure. Did the pressure do too much damage? It's looking like it did. He's going to roll onto the creep, and that's the best thing Chese has got here. If he can get him onto the creep, if Kelazhur pushes a little bit too fast, then he's going to have a little advantage coming onto this creep. But if you look at his army, he's got nothing. Oh, the Bailey's just got blown up there.
Lings going down on the siege tanks. There's not going to be enough. Queens are pushed back, and there's literally just nothing. 72 army supply to 21-19. GG. Kelazhur. It's pretty simple StarCraft math. I hurt you early on. You're greedy. I come back with the second force and destroy you.
Yeah, simple math there. Solid pressure from Kelazhur. Went exactly how he wanted it to. And the funny thing is, that build has been around for so long now, and it was such a strong build back when it was first used, and it's nice to see that it's still strong there. And that's one thing I worry about Kelazhur, though. Even though that is a strong build and it's a nice build, it's really powerful and all that kind of stuff, he doesn't seem to be transitioning off of Heart of the Swarm builds. It's very traditional. He hasn't really advanced into Legacy of the Void yet, if you know what I mean.
I mean, if it works, keep it doing it.
Yeah.
It works pretty well. And so you're the resident Zerg player. I play Zerg, but I know you're far better than me. In that situation, was it just the map architecture that didn't allow Chese to be able to defend? Could he have defended in his situation?
The thing is about that build, it's all about positioning as a Zerg player. I think he had exactly what he needed to defend. He had Zerglings, and I think he had 3 queens wandering about. Now, you can defend the drop with 3 queens perfectly fine, especially since he had the Spore Crawl as well. You just target down the medevac, and then you hit down the Marines. You pull the drones off for a little bit, and you're perfectly fine. But the Lings got baited way out of position by the Hellions. I think they were off creep, and they got sniped. Once you let that happen, then you're just opening it up, because you need to defend 2 bases at once pretty much perfectly, otherwise you take too much damage. So it's a big positional game.
And now in Legacy of the Void with Liberators, they can kind of come on in the back and say, hey, what's up? Shut down the mineral line. And as a Zerg, if you're not paying enough attention, you lost that mineral line. You can hit all over his Terran. It's pretty fun to do. I've done it myself in my random exploits, but that was game 1, I believe. Game 2 is Prion Terraces. I'm wondering if we're just going to see another greedy Zerg, or a Zerg that does something like the early 14-14, whatever, early pool aggression, and then takes the gold to compensate, because that does work in some scenarios.
Just go ahead and set the server to AU to make sure it's all fine.
Which one?
Australia.
AU? Australia? Don't worry, I know what AU stands for. I can't think of anything clever that AU stands for. Sorry.
Is it done?
Wasn't happening. It's done. It's done. Well, guys, this is Fenner and I's first time casting. Still getting the hang of it. I'm still getting the hang of it, actually. He's got fine hang of it. But just FYI, thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. Really means a lot to both of us. I know Fenner has that sub button. I guess we're going to advertise that during, of course, the, what's it called? The OSC. Advertise it.
Nah, this is all about the OSC. It's nothing to do with my stream. Ideally they would have their own stream, but it's better to put it on someone else's that's already got a viewership.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they do have their own stream, but exactly as you just mentioned, Fenner, it's ideal to put it on someone else's. But take us away with your brethren at the top left.
At the top of the map, it is Chese from Team Frenetic Array. Looking a bit weak that last game, but we'll see what it can pull out this one.
Oh man, server the man who cares about the server in the bottom right. The blue Terran player, representing Root Gaming, it is Kelazhur. Changed it to AU, believe me.
So I don't think... Oh, he's going to accept it. Yeah, I think Kelazhur didn't change. It seems like everybody has to change to the server to make it work.
2 games in AU, yeah. We'll see if it can become 2 games on Australia. This is best of 3, right? So in theory,
yeah. If Kelazhur wins this, then it's over.
Let's see what 2 games is. Another Reaper Fast expand, of course, from Kelazhur. It is the norm. Every once in a while, you'll see like 3 racks, but it's not too common in these scenarios. What do we got for Chase, though?
Yeah, this is a loser's bracket game. So
okay,
if Chase does lose this game, he's out of the entire tournament. So he's been very nice to actually play this on the US West server, where he's got worse latency than the Australian server.
Hatch gas pool for Chase, maybe trying to go more economic with that latency. Yet on the other hand, I mean, there is the latency, but is it really that much? I'm not really sure.
Oh, it's not nice.
Is it really hard?
It should be for Chase. He's in Melbourne, so I imagine it's about 210, 220. Which doesn't feel good. That's like playing on 56k back in the day.
It's hard, man, but you know Chase, he's gonna say maybe he'll just macro his way out of it and make a huge death ball army. I feel like Protoss now have the ultimate death ball, even though people are like, no, it's not a death ball. What are you talking about? Disruptors. Of course it's a death ball.
Yeah, they can be pretty nasty. The scariest thing are actually Carriers and Tempest put together with a couple of Void Rays sprinkled in. You don't see it very often, or you basically don't see it at all, but if they get there, you're not going to be very happy at all.
You know of Agile Zerg, right?
I know Agile Zerg, for sure.
Okay, there was one time I was asking him, like, how do I deal with that exact composition? He said, what are you, like, Masters? Like, yeah. Like, you lose. Like, oh, okay, Agile Zerg, whatever you say, right?
Okay, it's not quite that bad.
I mean, that's literally what he said, though. I was like, well, how do I deal with this? I kind of know how, but it's just hard. And he's like, you don't, you lose. Like, okay, Reaper doing some phenomenal job, by the way. Not quite as good architecture of a map for Chase in this second game as it was last game. Reaper pulls out, but not quite as many lings were made this time. And looks like Chase is going to be just fine.
Oh, two sneaky lings coming into the natural here. Might be. Oh, he should have gone into natural. We got two SCV kills, but decides to go into the main. Get a little bit more. Yeah, it depends what you value more. And Chese decided to value the scout there. Personally, I'd like to kill the SCVs, especially against someone like Kelazhur, because he's standard as hell. He always does the same stuff.
I guess you are right, but I feel like in this situation, there's only one SCV. I guess I'd go up into the main. Did he see the third CC? I guess is the big thing. No, he did not see that third CC, so with the links.
That sucks. But even though we didn't see the third CC, you can look at the buildings here, and you can know that there's a third CC because of the timing of the buildings. Terran players always have to put them in the same place because of add-ons. So it's very easy to tell what a Terran player is doing.
Definitely. Two lings do move in again, and not quite going to get that SCV. Hellions and Marines are there, and Fenner, I think he may do what he did last game, and it could be really strong because of the open-based third of Chese.
Well, he's actually going to go for the Banshee this time, so... Yeah, Kelazhur just going for these basic Heart of the Swarm builds. This is everything that Terran players did in Heart of the Swarm builds. This was the most common build in Heart of the Swarm. Hellion with the Banshee, and it's still strong. It's still good. The only problem, the main problem I've got with these builds is they instantly die to Nidus builds. And Nidus builds are pretty popular, I know, as it's pretty good, I've heard.
There's been a resurgence with those roaches, and of course, Fenner, you've had some fun shenanigans with them, and maybe we'll see that, maybe we won't. Chese does have a roach one on the way, most likely just to defend against these Hellions, but he could have that in mind. I mean, we didn't really get to see his endgame plan last game because of the stopped and delayed economy early on. So he may be doing that.
His roach run is actually a tiny bit late here. I think he forgot it because he's gone up to that lair. Oh, there is the Nidus.
Oh, now, man, looks like
the problem is, this Nidus is pretty late as well. I used to do this exact same build, 3-gas Nidus, and my Nidus would hit about 5:15, I think. I've actually changed to a different Nidus, which Ragnarok used yesterday, which hits at a ridiculous time. But if this was hitting a bit faster, I would be scared for Kelazhur. Actually, I beat Kelazhur with this exact same build. I remember now. I played him...
We'll have to see Banshee.
Go on.
Oh, I was just going to say, we'll have to see with that, because the Banshee spots Nidus Network. Kelazhur knows exactly what's going on. So, he's in a nice position. I don't know.
Oh, nice snipe on that Banshee there, but he did see the Nidus, so now he's going to go back. Oh, and wait, he's sneaking in the Hellions into the third base there. Does he have enough to defend this? A little bit of a micro battle there. Going to send the roaches forward. Is he even going to use the Nidus, actually?
Is there any area in the main, I guess, is the big question. Looks like there's no area that's not open, or pardon me, there's no area with dark spots on it, so he should be able to throw it somewhere, but for now, Hellion's gonna go back and forth, and I guess he can't commit to a Nidus with the Hellions out of the map, and maybe he's not gonna commit to it at all, and it could be a fake, but...
That's the thing about the Nidus nowadays, is you can just plonk it straight in the middle. The problem is, it's so late that he will actually have the DPS to shut it down, whereas normally you hit early enough that it doesn't matter where you put it, because you can just get it up so quickly and it's invincible and then you transfuse it, but in this scenario, Kelazhur will easily have enough units to shut it down, and he's going to see it as well. He's already preparing for it. I think he's going to have a tank might not be ready, actually.
At the same time, Hellions, the top right, lose about half of their strength because of the roaches moving across the map. Looks like it's going to be a gigantic mind game. Nidus Network is going to pull a couple of bio out of position while the roaches head towards that third base. There's the Banshee back at home for Kelazhur, but actually at Chase's main base, but it's going to be pulled back. Roaches going into the gold base, and all the SCVs are so in a bad position. Liberator is there. Roaches going to have to pull back, but this third base will be at jeopardy, and it's not going to be able to mine for a while. A beautiful mind game by Chese.
He needs to build some Ravages right now. Just 3 Ravages can easily take care of that Liberator. Nidus goes up in the main, but again, it's just a mind game from Chese. He's using it as a distraction so he can pressure the third base. This Banshee doing beautiful work on these Roaches. This single Banshee is going to force the entire Roach army back. That's how good it is. It shouldn't, honestly, but Chese is he's scared of it.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely scared of it. As I was going to say, is he forces it back, but that third base wasn't mining for a while. A fourth is up, but man, Kelazhur, he's kind of a little bit iffy now, and if there's another Nidus Network, he may not react to the defense. We see a push with that, but it's going to be Spire, double Evo coming down for those upgrades of the Roaches, or possibly even Lynx in the late game. But now Roaches, they're just getting another beautiful engagement, and the SCVs, oh man, they are so close to death.
Yeah, but I think Kelazhur's mostly got this under control, so Chese needs to start thinking about going into the late game, really, because generally from Roach, you're in the mid game already, you need to go straight to Ultralisk or something like that.
Yeah,
the problem is, Dranok, he's only just starting 1-1, and he's got a Spire on the way. I don't think Mutalisks are going to be good here, because the numbers are just going to be too low. He's in a bit of trouble here on this Roach-based army.
I guess he maybe wants to try to pull the army out of position again and hit the third with the Roaches, but I mean, I don't know if that's really going to work. And as you said, it's 1-1. Yes, but that's Roach 1-1. If you're going the Ultras, you want that melee on the way too, but maybe he has no plan of that at all. He's going to commit to Roach Muta. However, Kelazhur does not want any of that moving out. He's got, how many siege tanks does he actually have? Only 2. This is literally what he does almost every game. He's got it perfectly timed out. He's got the siege tanks, got the Marines, and now
I'm very, very scared with the 1-1 ready here for Kelazhur, and then just moving into these Roaches that don't even have upgrades yet, with tanks at the back and a couple of Marauders mixed in as well. The Mutalisks are going to do absolutely nothing, and he just walks straight up to that base stats, hitting away at it. Now the Roaches come in. Is there enough here?
Is the Concave good? Is the Concave good enough? And also there's a couple Corrosive Bombs, but not really even there. But as you said, there's not enough here, period. There is nothing to do. Third hatch is taken out. Meters are going to go to the top right. Drones do retreat. But man, it's the fighting style of Terran. You go in, you do a little bit of guerrilla warfare, and you pull out. Kelazhur, though, is going to keep committing. And honestly, there's just nothing here for Chase. Kelazhur is going to smash
the Ravagers are here now. And the one thing you can go for is some big Ravager hits on that Marine group. But the thing is, Kelazhur has seen Ravagers enough in the past to be able to dodge that quite easily. And he just slices through and forces the GG out of Chase there. And I feel like Chase was outmatched in that series. It didn't feel very close. The Nidus, that game, is what he was going for, and it just wasn't enough. Kelazhur dealt with it perfectly, even though it was a bit of a mind game. And as you can see from looking at the graph, Kelazhur he was ahead the entire game, and the first game felt the same as well.
Kelazhur really playing well, and as you said, with the Nidus network, I think he was going for that originally, but then the Banshee kind of moseys on in. Oh, there's your Nidus. I'm ready back at home. He gets out a Liberator just to have enough DPS to defend once the Queens pop out and transfuse it. And overall, Kelazhur completely outplays him 2-0. What will be who will Kelazhur play? If I can get the bracket up. Come on, I believe.
Let's have a look here. Give it the old
Can't do it fast enough. It's you, Fenner.
So Kelazhur will be going up against Scyther, who... This must be a rename. I know all the Australian players.
Scythe? Who is it? My F5 ain't
A guy called Scyther. I'm pretty sure this guy is renamed or changed his name recently, because there can't be a player in this tournament from Australia that I don't know. So I think this might be a guy called Azure. Oh, no, it's not.
Azure?
No, it's
Azure
not.
is signed up as Azure.
Yeah, okay.
Azure,
So I'm not quite sure who this guy is. I don't... Even though he's Australian.
I think it is Scyther. Yeah, Chad is saying it's Scyther. It's a dude named Scyther. I think your game sense is failing, Fenner.
It is.
I'm
out of touch with the Australian scene.
Oh, wow. That sounds bad, man. You don't want to be in that position.
No.
Never.
Alright, so it looks like Cook actually 2-0'd Petraeus while we were casting that one, which is... looks like a convincing result, and I don't think it would have been a convincing matchup. Like, I feel like Petraeus is definitely on Hook's level.
Oh yeah, definitely. Petraeus has performed really well in the WCS, and even though he's kind of been in and out, I know for a little while he decided to go to school, and then I feel like he's like, not school, I like StarCraft better. But kind of on the correct track.
Wait, what? This is best of 5? Oh, it's best of 5 in the losers. Now it all makes sense.
Oh
my god.
He said 2 more games. Oh. So it's currently 2-0.
We look like complete Muppets.
From victory. Oh, you look like complete mophead. I saved everything right there. Kelazhur 2-0.
Make sure to change to US West.
Chase
Wait, no, Australia. Sorry, Australia.
Yeah, wait, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna double check just to make sure. I am on Australia. What was I gonna say? Oh, chases one more time to try to defend. I don't know if he's gonna be able to do it though. We just said no. Kelazhur kind of steamrolled through. played well, played solid, and he even played standard. And Chase tried to mind game, which is sometimes the lower, not necessarily the lower player, but player who doesn't feel quite as confident. Okay, I'll try to do something cheeky. It doesn't quite work.
This is what I was talking about Eddie's tournaments, though. He always sets it up in like the longest format, so every player has the chance that they need in case they get like cheesed out or something like that. So that's why in Eddie's tournaments, the best player is always going through. Because we've got these double elimination brackets with big best of 5 so early on. It's crazy, man. I love Eddie for this. The players love him for this as well.
I love him, but then I end up casting for like 12 hours in a row. And it's intense. I think the longest I've casted is 13 hours in a row, maybe 14.
Is it one of his tournaments?
No, it was actually, yeah. It was 2 tournaments back to back, and then Eddie's tournament.
Oh, okay.
It was, well.
All right. Whoa, Central Protocol. Well. In the top left of the map, the green Zerg player, it is Chese from Frenetic Array.
I think Central Protocol comes up when people are like, screw Light Crest. Let's just do it. Central Protocol. His opponent in the bottom left-hand spawn position. Quick note, of course, this is vertical spawn positions, its own map in and of itself, but the blue Terran player representing Root is Kelazhur. I like the zoom in, and he's got the nice little Carbot star. I'm down for Kelazhur with the Carbot star. I'm down.
Cute. Oh, Chase going straight to the center here to look for Proxy Reapers. I'll go in through the center, because Proxy Reapers in the middle of the map is kind of common here, because the rush distance is kind of gross in all positions if you got Reapers in the middle. But it is close positions, and he's going Reapers. 2 Rex Reaper at least here, maybe going to go for the third one as well. He'll plunk it down right now if he's going to do it, but oh my god. I hate playing against this build, Dranok. Oh, there it is.
I'm the guy that does
Rex.
it, is the issue. Whenever I play Terran on Central Protocol, this is what I do, and it works so well. I feel so... I'm like, oh my god, I'm Terran.
Whenever I play Terran as random, always 3 Rex Reaper. The thing is, it's a fun build to play as well as a Terran player, because it's challenging,
it's phenomenal.
And it's dirty. It's the best of both worlds.
Challenging and dirty, I'm up for it, man. I am up for it. And as you were mentioning earlier, yes, you can put it in the middle, but I almost feel safer putting it at your own base. You have a nice wall up, and even if there's some lane counter aggression, they lose because they can't defend at home, and then they don't really get through your wall. It's just such a phenomenal build on Central Protocol, which is the wonkiest map in the map pool at the moment. I guess thankfully for Chase, he scouts it, but really, is that going to help him? We'll see what he does. And, I like it. Fenner thoughts.
That's cute. He's I don't like it. Actually, he's not going to be able to build the queen, which he needs right now. As you can see, it's not building on the natural. He's delaying his lings. The Reaper's going to get there really quickly. It's delaying everything he needs at home to be able to defend this. For what? He's going to have a hatchery that... I don't know what he's going to do with it. It's definitely making it a crazy game. Which might be what he needs, actually, because he's definitely struggling in the more standard solid games.
I guess the idea is to throw Kelazhur off a little, maybe be able to get some lings, but he's not going to be able to afford it, as you mentioned, back at home. Got a couple lings out to defend, 4 more on the way, 7 in total, but the kiting potential and possibilities for Kelazhur are just amazing. No queen at the natural, only 1 queen. I don't see how Chase will defend this.
No, he's definitely going to struggle. He's going for the Roach Roar, and he's going to use the proxy hatch to get roaches out inside Kelazhur's base. He's got a bunker next to it. Oh, he's going to be able to snipe all the larvae. That's the problem.
Oh, yeah, with the KD8 charges take it out, so I don't really know what it's even going to be for.
Yeah, if the roaches could get up in his main, then that would be good, but honestly, he's just going to snipe the eggs of the larvae as long as he's paying attention.
And I think, honestly, Chase needs to defend at home right now. These roaches, Reapers have a huge surround. Lings almost getting up, but barely unable to.
They're so slippery.
Ends up picking up 1, but the Reapers, as mentioned, so slippery. With KD8 charges, they can get themselves out of the hairiest situations, even an Aigu's-style situation. Hatch is close to death. We're technically halfway down, but still the Reapers are alive in the top left. Roaches have the possibility to be out? I don't
Oh, he's going for Burrow as well, but as you can see, the larvae has been sniped and he just can't build stuff. That's the problem with Reapers. He's building a queen? I don't know what the hell that queen's gonna do, and you can see this egg coming up. I think the egg can get sniped as well in time.
I mean,
with
is
the
one
grenades.
roach really going to do anything against, what, 8 Reapers? They are doing a phenomenal job. So far, we've seen only 7 workers dead, but now the Reapers are getting the damage done. I'd love to see some KD8 charges, sadly. Only 2 KD8
There's
charges
a
go
roach.
down, but back at home, 1 roach, yeah, it's going to be defended, and there is the instant, whatever you call it, getting the money back on that.
Well,
Can't even think what it's called. I don't even play Terran that much. I can't even
Salvage.
bunker, whatever it's salvage. Thank you. I'm not here today. Oh, Reaper's in the middle of the map though. A little bit of engagement. Lings do have to pull back. They cannot engage. Trying to get a surround. It's just looking too grim for Chase. This
Yeah.
may be a 3-0 for Kelazhur.
he's just too far behind here. He's gonna have to pull out something completely mental if he wants to win this, because I don't think he's gonna be able to do it through just trying to macro up and play the solid defense. Not in these positions either. Like Kelazhur, with his lead, he can push even faster and get the damage done faster. So what does he do here? What is the possible comeback option? A Nidus? I don't think a Nidus is going to work. He's still not going to have enough... Oh, this is cute.
Ooh, I like it, but not quite going to be enough. A slight delay from where the Lings unburrow and burrow. Looks like they're going to pick up a few kills, but Reapers get away once again, and really Chase is being delayed so much, being pulled back. There's a little bit of income for him. Doesn't even have more Lings. Sorry, pardon me, drones. He doesn't even have any more drones than Kelazhur. Kelazhur's just kind of ruling the game.
Yeah, that was definitely a cute play, and it did kill a few Reapers, but he's still got a mountain to climb here. 2 queens on the way. The problem is I'm not seeing anything that can pull him back. He's got the burrow, but I think he's going to have to do it all with the burrow. Honestly, he doesn't really have anything else going for him. No surprise tactics, no harassment available. So it all has to rely on the burrow. Hopefully a Baneling Nest comes up and he goes for some big burrowed Bane play. I know Twitch chat would love that. They always do. But other than that, I can't see too much of a comeback option for Chase right here that he's going for.
At first, I'd say maybe he can go burrow Roach and just Roach move through, but man, he just does not have the economy to do that. I agree, Baneling Bust may be his best opportunity, but with these Reapers out, as long as they don't die, oh, nice burrow. The unburrow, though, is so delayed, he can't quite catch up. I was thinking maybe he could even kite Banelings if they come out. It looks too strong, however, we always gotta believe in Chase. He has 8 Roaches on the way. Looks like that's how he's gonna try to end it. I guess Roach micro, but there's just so many Marines, and Stim is done.
Yeah, he's gonna go for a massive Roach push. I really, really do hope that he's going for the Ravagers instead. I was gonna say, I hope he throws down a Baneling Nest. But Ravagers do a similar thing to Banelings where they can blow down the bunker and get into there. The problem is, the real big problem is here, he doesn't have a big army supply. And there's medivacs on the way here, there's combat shields out already. Look at that Marine count. He's even pushing across the map himself. He's so confident.
Just does not quite have enough. Ravagers do a little bit more sustainable DPS. They can't kite somewhat. However, you can't kite if your opponent brings the battle to your own doorstep. I like the hatchery maybe for the creep attempts, but looks like for now, Chase is going to be on full retreat home. A little bit of a snipe, takes down, and I've seen it a couple times with creep, and then you can get a really nice creep spread and reinforcement line, but looks like the Lings are going for a surround maybe? I don't know, counterattack, let's see.
So the only thing that's going to do this for Chase here, again, is some big biles, but Kelazhur, Roach Ravager is the most common style in ZvT by a long shot.
Supply depots were down, and Lings are actually in the natural base of Kelazhur. A couple are burrowed. Looks like, we'll have to see how good Kelazhur's map control was when he saw that happen at the same time pushing the front. Corrosive Biles, are they going to be good? And there's no Corrosive Biles at all. Better.
Oh, he needs to dodge. Does take some hits there, but it's too late. There's not enough army here for Chase, and he's going to get plowed down. It's not good at all.
Chase getting plowed. GG, well played. Kelazhur 3-0. FYI, he did clean up the Lings in his mineral line. He spotted them burrowing. We're seeing